Hey, what's wrong with your face? You know, ever since I brought you down here, you haven't seemed to have changed much. Sure, you've calmed down a bit, but you always seem to have this sort of disgruntled look upon your face. It gets even worse whenever you look my way. Your eyes narrow and your eyebrows furrow. I would have thought you would have been more appreciative to be here, rather than acting like a brat. I mean, I did save you after all. Are you perhaps hungry? I suppose I wouldn't be surprised. I don't feel things the same way humans do. Hunger, sleep, taking part in those would be more for my own enjoyment, rather than out of having any genuine need. You, however, are obviously still human, and I, surprisingly enough, am trying to keep you alive. Oh, and by the way, when I'm talking to you, I suggest you look at me. Or do I have to make you myself? Such a rude way to treat someone who saved you. Maybe I'm thinking about it all wrong. Maybe you want my hand on your chin, directing your gaze towards me. A much more interesting thing to look at than the wall you refuse to look away from. Or perhaps you'd rather my hand around your throat. Was that a chill I felt? A shiver from me gently grazing the skin of your neck with my free hand? As much as you try to deny yourself liking me, your body seems to say otherwise. Gaze into my eyes. Aren't they alluring? If you were to stay here, you could gaze into them forever. Wouldn't you like that, my little pet? I tell you what, if you're good, I'll show you something. Oh, you're curious? Well, I suppose you'll have to be good then, won't you? I'm going to undo your bindings for you. Yes, I know, very generous of me. If you do dare to try and escape or attack me in any way, I will unfortunately be forced to tie you back up again. Well, unfortunate for you, at least. There we go. How does it feel, darling? Must feel good to get out all those restraints. The way you're rubbing your wrists gives me a nice idea of just how relieved you are. I do say, though, you do look good down there on the floor. So cute and pathetic. Come along now, and do remember our agreement. If you misbehave, I will be more than happy to bind you once more. Oh, you're wondering why my hand has been placed on your back? Reassurance, of course, just in case. We're here. Now remember, try not to be too scared when you see her. Keep in mind, she can smell your fear. Now, isn't she beautiful? An absolute stunner. You're lucky. Most people don't get to get this close to her without suffering their fates. You should feel very special you get to be this close without consequence. You yourself are doing very well so far. Come closer. Touch her. Yes, that's right. Let my hand guide yours. Your cheeks seem to be getting rather hot. Oh, is someone getting shy? But you were so brave before. Is my closeness getting to you? What if I put my arm here? Oh dear, it seems that I've made it worse. Silly me, making you blush so hard simply by touching you. Poor thing, you must not know what to do with yourself. I can tell you if you like. I can tell you exactly what to do if you want me to. Oh, I think she's getting tired of us. Let's head somewhere else and leave the horse alone for now. Such a good girl. Come along now, darling. There's somewhere else I'd like to show you. Unless you're ready to go back to your restraints? Thought not. As much fun as it is seeing you tied up, it is rather fun taking you around like this. It's nice to see your reaction to things. That gorgeous demonic horse we just visited is the one I'd use to travel around, warning people of their oncoming dooms. Most of the time I'd just warn people, but occasionally I'd come across a few souls that proved to be of interest to me. I see you're admiring the jars lining the shelves on the wall, each filled with their own glowing shapes. This one right here is my personal favorite. Would you like to guess what's inside? Not an arts and crafts project, no, nor some weirdly shaped light shoved in a jar. This one right here, this is the soul of that lovely rich person who did the honors of cutting off my head. Well, they got an executioner to do it, but they were the one who commanded it. As I've just mentioned, most of the time I warn people. Very occasionally, I do the honors myself. Of course, the actual Grim Reaper doesn't appreciate this, and it isn't part of my job description, so I have to be sneaky when I do so. But I have quite the time with the souls I collect. I simply put them in jars so they can't escape, and occasionally come into the room and torment the ones who have wronged me. It's so satisfying to pick them up and shake them around in their little jars. What do you think? No comment? Fine, suit yourself. But if you ever have anyone you'd like me to jar for you, ask, and who knows, I might just consider it. Although I'm sure you're far too sweet to have anyone you'd consider jarring. I'm only joking. Perhaps I'd be the one you'd want to be shoved in a jar, so you can keep me to yourself and shake me around when you get bored. Well, isn't it a shame I'm a little too big for you to do that to then, Oh, you poor little thing. You still feel that way with me against you on the wall? Because I could be mistaken, but I think I just heard your heartbeat quicken. What? At this hour? Ugh. They can wait for now. Thank you all for being patient. I wish you all a happy Halloween and bonfire night.